Stoicism, a philosophy of self-control, rational thinking, and inner strength, offers timeless wisdom for navigating relationships, including the often complex dynamics between men and women. While Stoic principles can guide us in every aspect of life, they are particularly relevant when it comes to understanding how to interact with others in a way that fosters respect, dignity, and harmony. When it comes to relationships with women, Stoicism teaches men to approach these interactions with integrity, emotional balance, and thoughtful consideration. This isn't about rigid rules or outdated ideas, but about cultivating character and making choices that align with wisdom and virtue. In this video, we'll explore 11 things a man should avoid doing with women, guided by Stoic principles. These aren't just tips on behavior, they're insights into how to live with greater awareness, self-control, and respect for yourself and others. Relationships, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, require a deep understanding of mutual respect and the ability to act from a place of wisdom rather than impulse. By following these Stoic guidelines, you can strengthen your relationships, improve communication, and foster a deeper connection based on respect and authenticity. Number 1, don't act out of desperation. Stoicism teaches the importance of self-control and maintaining a calm, rational mindset in all situations, including relationships. Acting out of desperation, whether it's chasing after someone who isn't interested, clinging to a failing relationship, or making decisions driven by fear of being alone, can lead to poor choices and unnecessary suffering. Desperation clouds judgment and often causes you to act in ways that are inconsistent with your values and long-term goals. A Stoic man understands that desperation is a sign of a lack of control over one's emotions and situations. Instead of acting out of desperation, Stoicism encourages you to remain centered and confident in yourself. Desperation leads to chasing validation from others, which weakens your sense of self-worth. By focusing on building a strong, independent sense of identity and self-respect, you can approach relationships from a place of strength rather than neediness. This doesn't mean you should be detached or uncaring, but rather that you should avoid letting fear or insecurity drive your actions. A Stoic man knows that self-respect is far more attractive and sustainable than any desperate attempt to win approval. Number 2, don't lose your composure. Stoicism teaches that maintaining your composure, regardless of external circumstances, is key to living a balanced life. In interactions with women, losing your temper or becoming overly emotional can damage the relationship and lead to regret. Whether it's during an argument, a moment of frustration, or when things don't go your way, losing your composure means losing control over yourself. A Stoic man values self-mastery and recognizes that allowing emotions to dictate behavior often leads to negative consequences. For example, in a disagreement with a partner or friend, it can be tempting to raise your voice or say something hurtful in the heat of the moment. However, Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in remaining calm and composed, even when provoked. By keeping your emotions in check, you can approach the situation with clarity and rationality, which not only preserves the relationship but also earns you respect. A Stoic man knows that staying composed is a sign of emotional intelligence and maturity, which are essential qualities in any healthy relationship. Number 3, don't play mind games. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the pursuit of honesty and integrity. Playing mind games, whether it's manipulation, deceit, or using tactics like the silent treatment, undermines trust and creates unnecessary drama. These behaviors often stem from insecurity and a desire for control, neither of which align with Stoic principles. Stoicism teaches that relationships should be built on authenticity and mutual respect, not on manipulation or power plays. Instead of playing mind games, Stoicism encourages you to communicate openly and honestly. If something is bothering you, address it directly, rather than resorting to passive-aggressive tactics. Manipulative behavior might provide short-term gratification, but it ultimately erodes the foundation of the relationship. A Stoic man understands that trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful connection, and that trust can only be maintained through consistent honesty and transparency. By avoiding mind games, you foster healthier, more genuine relationships that are rooted in mutual respect and understanding. Number 4, don't put her on a pedestal. Stoicism teaches the importance of seeing things as they truly are. without idealizing or exaggerating. Putting a woman on a pedestal, viewing her as flawless or as someone who can do no wrong, creates unrealistic expectations and an imbalanced relationship dynamic. No one is perfect, and idealizing someone to the point of overlooking their flaws or treating them as superior can lead to disappointment and resentment. A Stoic man recognizes that true respect comes from seeing people as they are, with both strengths and weaknesses. By avoiding the trap of pedestalizing, you allow for a more balanced and realistic relationship. Stoicism encourages you to treat others as equals, not as objects of worship or perfection. This approach not only leads to healthier relationships, but also prevents you from losing yourself in the process. A Stoic man knows that genuine love and respect come from accepting others for who they are, rather than idealizing them or placing them on an unreachable pedestal. This balanced perspective allows for deeper, more authentic connections. Number 5, don't compromise your values. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living according to your principles and values, regardless of external pressures. In relationships, it can be tempting to compromise your values in order to please someone else or to avoid conflict. However, doing so can lead to a loss of self-respect and long-term dissatisfaction. A Stoic man knows that his values are the foundation of his character, and compromising them for the sake of a relationship is never a wise choice. For example, if you value honesty and integrity, but find yourself in a situation where you're tempted to lie or deceive to avoid conflict, Stoicism teaches that staying true to your principles is more important than short-term harmony. Compromising your values may bring temporary relief, but it ultimately leads to internal conflict and regret. A Stoic man understands that a strong sense of self is built on a commitment to his values, and that any relationship worth having will respect and honor those principles. By staying true to your values, you build relationships that are based on mutual respect and shared integrity. Number 6, don't seek constant validation. Stoicism teaches that true contentment comes from within, not from external validation or approval. Seeking constant validation from women, or anyone, can lead to a cycle of dependency and insecurity. When your sense of self-worth is tied to others' opinions, you give away your power and become vulnerable to their judgments. A Stoic man understands that self-worth should come from his own actions, character, and values, not from others' praise or attention. Instead of seeking validation, Stoicism encourages you to focus on your own growth and development. When you find contentment and confidence within yourself, you no longer need to rely on others to feel good about yourself. This inner strength not only leads to greater peace of mind, but also makes you more attractive and compelling to others. A Stoic man knows that true confidence comes from within, and that constantly seeking validation from others is a sign of weakness, not strength. By cultivating self-reliance, you build a solid foundation for both personal fulfillment and healthy relationships. Number 7, don't overanalyze every interaction. Stoicism teaches the importance of focusing on what is within your control and letting go of unnecessary worry and overthinking. In relationships, overanalyzing every interaction, whether it's trying to decode every text message, overthinking her words, or constantly questioning her feelings, can create anxiety and undermine the relationship. A Stoic man understands that overthinking often leads to unnecessary stress and confusion, rather than clarity or resolution. Instead of overanalyzing, Stoicism encourages you to approach relationships with a sense of calm, detachment, and trust. Trust in the strength of the relationship and trust in your ability to handle whatever challenges may arise. Overanalyzing every interaction only leads to self-doubt and insecurity, which can damage the connection you're trying to build. A Stoic man knows that relationships are built on trust, not on constant analysis or suspicion. By letting go of the need to overanalyze, you allow the relationship to unfold naturally and create space for genuine connection. Number 8, don't let jealousy control you. Stoicism teaches that emotions like jealousy are often rooted in insecurity and a lack of control over one's own thoughts and feelings. Jealousy can be a destructive force in relationships, leading to possessiveness, mistrust, and conflict. A Stoic man understands that jealousy is a reflection of his own fears and insecurities, not a reflection of the other person's behavior. By recognizing this, he can work to manage his emotions and approach the relationship with greater trust and confidence. Instead of letting jealousy control you, Stoicism encourages you to focus on your own self-development and emotional mastery. Jealousy often stems from a fear of loss or inadequacy, but a Stoic man knows that these fears can be managed through rational thinking and self-reflection. By addressing the root causes of jealousy and learning to trust both yourself and your partner, you can create a healthier, more secure relationship. A Stoic man recognizes that jealousy is a sign of emotional imbalance, and that true strength comes from mastering those emotions rather than being controlled by them. Number 9, don't neglect your own life. Stoicism teaches the importance of balance and self-sufficiency. In relationships, it can be easy to become so focused on the other person that you neglect your own life, your goals, hobbies, friendships, and personal growth. However, losing yourself in a relationship can lead to resentment and a sense of emptiness over time. A Stoic man understands that maintaining his own life and interests is essential to both his own well-being and the health of the relationship. Instead of neglecting your own life, Stoicism encourages you to maintain a strong sense of independence and balance. This doesn't mean being distant or detached, but rather making sure that you continue to pursue your own passions and goals while being in the relationship. A Stoic man knows that a healthy relationship is one where both partners support each other's growth and development, rather than becoming overly dependent on each other. By maintaining your own life, you bring more to the relationship and ensure that you stay true to yourself. Number 10, don't expect her to make you happy. Stoicism teaches that happiness comes from within, not from external sources. Expecting someone else, whether it's a partner, friend, or family member, to make you happy places an unfair burden on the relationship and sets you up for disappointment. A Stoic man understands that true happiness is a state of mind that is cultivated through inner peace, self-awareness, and a commitment to living according to one's values. By expecting someone else to provide happiness, you give away your power and place your well-being in someone else's hands. Instead of expecting others to make you happy, Stoicism encourages you to focus on your own personal development and inner fulfillment. When you take responsibility for your own happiness, you free the relationship from unrealistic expectations and create space for a more authentic connection. A Stoic man knows that happiness is an internal state, not something that can be given or taken away by others. By cultivating your own happiness, you bring a sense of peace and contentment to the relationship, which ultimately makes it stronger and more fulfilling. Number 11, don't forget the power of silence. Finally, Stoicism teaches the power of silence in relationships. Sometimes, the best response is no response at all. Whether it's during a heated argument, a moment of misunderstanding, or a time of emotional intensity, choosing silence can be a powerful way to de-escalate the situation and maintain your composure. Silence allows you to reflect, gather your thoughts, and respond from a place of wisdom rather than emotion. A Stoic man understands that not every situation requires a verbal response, and that sometimes silence can communicate more effectively than words. For example, in an argument where emotions are running high, Stoicism encourages you to pause and remain silent rather than reacting impulsively. This not only prevents unnecessary conflict, but also shows that you value thoughtful, considered responses over heated exchanges. A Stoic man knows that silence can be a tool for maintaining peace and clarity in a relationship, allowing both parties to approach the situation with a calm, rational mindset. By embracing the power of silence, you demonstrate emotional intelligence and a commitment to harmony and understanding. These 11 Stoic principles offer valuable guidance for men navigating relationships with women. By avoiding these common pitfalls and embracing Stoic wisdom, you can cultivate healthier, more fulfilling connections that are based on mutual respect, honesty, and emotional balance. Let me know in the comments which Stoic principle resonates with you the most, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights into Stoicism and personal growth. Thanks for watching.